a lot of my creative work probably wouldn't seem as creative to an outsider. The main difficulty is not even a lack of time in the day. It's the lack of time during which the mind can actually work in the mode of a deep concentration. Hi Marcy folks, this is Elina. As you may know, my life consists of 3 different aspects. So I am an artist, a researcher, and an entrepreneur. And today I'm gonna talk about how to balance the 3 and how I'm still making it. See, I'm still alive. Let's see what life brings next, but today I'm gonna share with you how it works for me, and maybe it's gonna be useful to some of you. Of course, I gotta balance everything in order to keep all the 3 aspects of my work and life running smoothly. So how exactly do I do it, and what does my life actually look like? First of all, I set priorities and goals for every single thing I gotta do. Some deadlines are external, for example, when to apply for funding for certain projects, when to book a venue, how to organize the travel of my collaborators since most of them are from a different country. Of course, I have to really plan that stuff in advance. Currently, I have a rough idea for the next 2 years, but I have quite a solid plan for the upcoming year, considering the backup contingency plans, of course, as discussed in this video. Some deadlines are more internal. For example, if I want to learn a certain amount of repertoire within a given time frame, I have to set deadlines for myself when exactly I want to learn an X amount of pieces, by which deadline, and when I should be able to memorize them and play them through, record, and so on, depending on what my goals are. This also concerns the number of books I have to read for my research, because I know that later on, even now, there will be a lot of additional literature sources coming in, and I have to sort them out between reading the books that I am supposed to know to have read from cover to cover. So I set goals for 2 months and break them into projects. I have discussed my time management strategy in this video, but this way I have both the timeline versus the different projects that I'm working on, and then I break the monthly to bi-monthly tasks into the weekly tasks, and I use Notion for that. I have a beautiful template that really works. I have the days of the week as my top row and the projects as my bottom row. It works as a to-do list, and I can drag the items from the project tabs into the days of the week. Let me know if you are interested in seeing my Notion tables and my planning page, and I can make a separate video about that. By the way, Notion is not sponsoring this video. What I know for sure is that I cannot accomplish anything without being flexible. There are, of course, a lot of spontaneous things and tasks that pile up suddenly, unexpectedly, and I have to take care of them urgently. And sometimes I have to be patient with the tasks that I have planned from before, and I have to be able to move them to another day without killing myself over it. So every day I try to accomplish bits and pieces of different types of work, usually because there are some deadlines for everything anyway, either external or internal. Sometimes it can happen that I'm so caught up with the admin stuff that I have no power for the creative work, but even 1 hour of artistic practice a day can be very helpful in the long run. So I try to not skip days of practicing, even if I have tons of paperwork to take care of, for example. But I guess the positive side of this is that I have learned to immerse myself so fully when I practice piano or I do photography, for example, that I can accomplish much more in 1 to 2 hours than I was able to accomplish when I was younger. Of course, the key is having the experience and being able to tune in. The brain knows how to work in the most optimal way, and the muscles also know how to adapt quickly. So now my hands adjust to difficult passages much faster than they did when I was younger. I guess it's the knowledge that matters the most in this case. My research consists not only of studying other sources, but in fact quite largely of studying my own practice. In the video above, I explained how my pianistic practice has changed and what approach I use now in order to proceed with the artistic research progress. So it's also crucial to be fully immersed in the moment when I'm practicing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to carry out any research conclusions. In order to be able to manage the three aspects of my work, I learned one important skill: not to waste the time. The lockdown, in fact, has saved a lot of travel time for me, which I regard as a positive consequence, because I generally prefer to look at life positively, accept what it brings, and think of what I can do with it in the given circumstances, and how to deal with the situation in the best way possible. So now I view time as a currency. I can buy knowledge with it. I can buy funding for projects. I can buy new pieces in my rep. I can buy new photos in my portfolio, or a new skill or an accomplishment. So to finish up, my current motto is a quote from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. Here we must run as fast as we can just to stay in place. And if you wish to go anywhere, you must run twice as fast as that. But in regard to life, I don't take it as running and losing one's breath. I just think that one has to do the maximum possible in order to reach one's goals and make dreams become a reality. In other words, to use this currency, the time, to buy yourself some perks in life, such as the new skills and accomplishments if used wisely. Look at it philosophically, and don't forget to give thumbs up to this video if it gave you new ideas. Subscribe, hit the bell. I will see you in the next video. Bye!